Newly released documents show that a number of prominent figures wrote letters in support of a bishop who was under investigation in the 1990s following allegations of sexual offences. George Carey, who was then the Archbishop of Canterbury, was among those who defended Peter Ball. Ball was jailed in October for abusing 18 young men over 3 decades. Here's our Home Affairs correspondent, Tom Simons.
Aged 83, Bishop Peter Ball is the most senior Anglican clergyman to have been convicted of sexual abuse. But it was more than 20 years before he finally admitted what he had done. Famous for dressing in a monk's habit in the 70s, 80s and 90s, he groomed and exploited the young men who followed his teachings. Police investigated in 1993, but Ball wasn't charged. Instead, he was given a caution after 2,000 letters, some of which have now been released by prosecutors, were written in his support. In a letter to police, the then Archbishop of Canterbury, George Carey, wrote that on hearing the allegations that Ball was an abuser, "This seemed to me at first most improbable. His whole ministry appeared to show he is an honourable man, firmly concerned for the welfare of young people." The Archbishop said he didn't want to interfere. Special pleading would be entirely inappropriate. But he said he felt justified in pointing out the excruciating pain and spiritual torment Ball was suffering. Another letter came from a senior judge. Lord Justice Anthony Lloyd described Ball as the most gentle, upright and saintly man I have ever met. Phil Johnson accuses Ball of indecently assaulting him in the late 70s.
It's highly worrying that these letters even exist and were sent. You know, you've got people, the former Archbishop of Canterbury, who says, you know, I don't wish to influence events. Well, if you don't wish to influence events, why are you writing the letters? You know, you've got a Lord Justice who is supposed to be impartial.
With no prosecution, Ball's victims were left in limbo. One of them, Neil Todd, deeply damaged by his experiences, took his own life in 2012 and never saw justice. Tom Simons, BBC News.